Welcome back to Gen 1 to Isaiah. Hold it down here, and we're talking winter games, not the O word, all right? So you people, the 5 rings with the little different colors, you can't come at me. I'm not getting sued because I cannot take you down in any type of legal litigation. So from here on out, this event in Italy involving winter stuff, not the O word. It's the Winter Games, all right? But there's a ton of drama coming from there. I'm not even talking about any type of singular event. No one cares about the hockey. No one cares about the skiing or snowboarding. Shout out Chloe Kim, though. You know, shout out to Chloe Kim. Listen, everyone relax because we got to break this down. We're not doing the analytics of Winter Games, who's got the most medal counts here, medal counts there. Doesn't matter because the drama is always right after the games, apparently, because this man won a whole medal. A whole bronze medal and decided I need to get my girl back, which before we even get to that, 2026, ladies, let your man cheat. This man, he might be on to something. I'm for it. Everyone cheat on your partner. I say that as as Valentine's Day is approaching. Somebody send me some help. Don't cheat. Bad. Either way, we'll see what Sturla Holm Lagar tried to say after winning his bronze medal at the Winter Games. Not the O word once again. He had this to say in a very emotional moment for him. He was crying, fighting back tears and everything. But for this, the purpose of the bit, I guess here is I'm going to try to do this with an accent. Have no clue what this guy sounds like, all right? I've only read translations of what this guy has said. I've only just seen it on text. This man could have the deepest voice of all. He might actually have the highest pitched voice. But here's my interpretation of what our guy Sturla sounds like, all right? I'm going to try to get emotional here. 6 months ago, I met the love of my life. The world's most beautiful, sweetest person. And 3 months ago, I made the biggest mistake of my life. And I cheated on her. Listen, that is an odd place to make that announcement because this is kind of, to me, anytime when you're a public matter, whether it's trying to get your girl back, trying to propose for your lady, trying to do anything public, there's always a high chance not gonna work out. And this is such a bizarre situation going on as well. Because not only that, he had a teammate that died in training a couple months before the Winter Games. So with that being the backdrop, if you are gonna go the emotional route of like a post-game interview after winning a medal at the Winter Games, like all of the hard work, energy, time, and everything you've put into your career for the Winter Games, you've worked year after year after year, and you get a medal. That is a rare occasion. Not many people have gotten that, and you chose that opportunity. Not to say it was a great experience to rep my country or a great experience to win this for my former teammate who meant the world to me, because obviously at some point he did, because you did make an Instagram post on social media about your former teammate who sadly passed away. Now that would have been such a beautiful moment. It would have been full circle to really say this one's for you. It wasn't the gold, but this is something that we've always talked about, and it could have been like a very sentimental moment between you and your former teammate, the teammate's family, and even just like your whole team in general, like a rallying cry around the moment of these medals. The way we all performed as a unit was for him. And instead you made it like, I need to get my girl back. And the weirdest thing to me, not only is just doing this in public is insane, but also the idea that this girl that you met was the love of your life after 6 months? 6 months, and you're convinced that homie's the love of your life. Now, mind you, with that, even if somehow, some way, you knew this was the one, it's not getting any better than this. You cheated on her after 3 months? It took you 3 months to just cheat on the love of your life? Typically, when you hear a story about somebody cheating on the love of their lives, it takes, 15 years. Maybe they're burnt out on the relationship, or they're just a shitty person. Seems to me you might just be a shitty person. That happens. A lot of people, pretty shitty. Cheating, not cool, all right? What a hot take out of me. But the idea that this is him being like, this is totally going to work. I'm getting her back from this statement being made. Hilarious and kind of iconic. It wasn't gonna work at all for anyone, even the most insane lady on the planet. I don't think this is working for you, pal. The idea of putting her business out there for everyone after winning your medal, and you're just thinking, what's the worst that can happen? Surely she'll take me back. The worst she can say is no, right? Which I feel like her response to it all was probably the best it could have been handled, because she could have gone a completely different route and like bashed the guy completely. Doesn't seem like she even went that route, and also says to the point where she still just wants to remain anonymous, because once again, you put this poor lady, after you already abused her mentally, right, by cheating on her, you take it out of your way to be, you know what, I'm gonna put our business out there and hopefully you still take me back. What was the plan here, guy? This is her response. Obviously, still trying to stay anonymous throughout this entire thing. Quote to like a local news press station. I did not choose. Do I do the accent here? I did not choose to be put in this position, and it hurts to have to be in it. We had contact, and he's aware of my opinions, and it's hard to forgive. Even a declaration of love in front of the whole world. Listen, that's not a hot take at all. That is a fair and valid response, and I feel like that is something I would, if I just try to put myself in the perspective of the other person throughout any type of story, and if I was this lady, I'm blocking him everywhere. Why would you do this? Who benefits from this? Not you. Okay. Best case scenario, she's dumb enough to take you back. It feels like if she does take you back, you're probably going to cheat on her again. It feels like, I don't know if you really learned the entirety of your lessons here, because once again, if you find the love of your life and you know it, after 6 months, hold on to that, all right? You don't just throw it away after 3 months. Now, I get it. Maybe you're having a tough time out there. Listen, the dating market's pretty tough. The apps ain't working for you. That's cool. But don't go back to her, man. You already just completely destroyed any trust that you guys could possibly ever have. And it only took you 3 months. If it was 30 years, mate, and you guys were married, then there's a possibility, like, you know what? We can try to work through this. I don't really know how people are able to do that, if I'm being completely honest with you. Don't think I have it in my soul to be able to forgive someone for that. But nonetheless, you hear about stories like that. Save the marriage. Do it for the kids. Y'all just met. You move on, man. You messed up, and that's fine. Well, not really. It's not, but you shouldn't have messed up. But you understand the thought process, right? Like, you know what? You learn from this, and the next love of your life. Don't mess it up, all right? We'll close out with this guy's response, because he then followed up with a local media outlet from where he's from. Did I just have a stroke? NRK is the media source here, okay? Here's his quote. I guess I have to commit to the accents here. I deeply regret bringing up the personal story that was on a festive day for Norwegian biathlon. I'm not quite myself these days, and I'm not thinking clearly. My apologies go to Joanne Olav, I thought she was anonymous, who deserved all the attention after winning the gold. Oh, okay, that was the winner. My bad. I jumped the gun a little bit there. My apologies also go to my ex-girlfriend, who involuntarily ended up in the media spotlight. I hope she's doing well. I can't change this, but I will put this behind me and focus on the Winter Games, not the O word. All right. Either way, you know what? Closing message here for all the ladies: let your man cheat, because then he'll go into the Winter Games, win a medal, and then publicly embarrass you if you don't take him back. Once again, if anyone's out there and you cheated on your lady, this is not the way to get her back. The only logical way is to gaslight her and say you had just accidentally fell into her multiple times and it was just a prank, bro. Or, hey, at least I told you. You didn't find out. There's other ways to get your girl back. This is toxic, and I guess I'm toxic now. I don't support cheating. That's bad. So that is going to be today's lesson of the day. Cheating bad. Don't do it. Winter Games, they're incredible. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to those YouTube things. Shout out to Norwegian athletes and getting freaky at the Winter Games. I don't know if that is the accent. It sounds a little Scottish, so I'm wrong. My bad. I tried. Anyways, goodbye.
Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow.